Hello, I'm Susan Finerty, author of the Cross-Functional Influence Playbook. I'd like to introduce you to the foundation and framework of working and influencing cross-functionally. And I'll start with a question. What percentage of your job description do you get done through your formal authority and not through influence? The average is around 11% based on my workshop participants and clients. It's a common reality in today's organizations. Formal authority, as represented on org charts and in titles, simply isn't the driver it once was. Cross-functional teams, project teams, center-led functions, centers of excellence, shared services, and flatter organizations have blurred and in some cases completely erased traditional lines of authority. Gone are the days when your title defined your power and your decision-making rights. Today, influence rules as both king and queen of our organization. The influence we're talking about here is not your traditional persuasion. It's not the used car salesman urging you to buy a real gem of a beat-up Chevy. It's not easy. Influence takes strategy, planning, and plenty of patience and perseverance. The problems we face, decisions we make, and projects we run are complex, a reflection of the sophisticated products our organizations design and manufacture, the markets they operate in, and the regulatory environments they must navigate. Very rarely does this all reside neatly in one function, team, or location. Our work and our organizations have become cross-functional. It requires us to reach across functions and geographical boundaries. And once that reach happens, influence is required. Because unless you have the biggest title on the organizational chart, your authority does not cover it all. And where authority ends, influence begins. There are two types of people who can influence. Those who are persuasive conversationalists, and those who build up influence equity over time. Not surprisingly, the latter are the ones who can have sustained effect in organizations. Your level of influence starts well before you jot a few persuasive ideas down on paper or put together a couple of compelling PowerPoint slides. It's built over months and years and is all about your credibility and reputation in the organization. It also means that how you handle the opportunity to influence impacts not only the issue at hand, but also your partnerships and future influence prospects. You reap what you sow when influencing in your organization. The sowing is what I call the proactive ingredients. These include forging partnerships in your organization. Simply put, the most sustainably influential people in organizations are those who have strong, trusting partnerships across the organization. The next proactive ingredient is flexibility, specifically the willingness to be influenced. In cross-functional organizations, trust is built through give and take. Willingness to consider other perspectives and be influenced by others is a cornerstone of influence. The last proactive ingredient is knowledge. Those who know their organization, its formal and informal workings, are the most influential because that knowledge allows them to decipher what should be influenced and whom they should approach. In addition, it enables them to present an idea with a perspective beyond their own needs and interest. The proactive ingredients of influence are built every day. Each day is an opportunity to build trust, credibility, and equity in the organization, which can all be applied when it comes to the moment of truth, actually influencing something. The in-the-moment ingredients are those you apply to a specific influence opportunity. They include prepare, identifying and assessing the people you will be influencing and framing your message, dialogue, how you conduct a conversation that lends itself to influence, and then follow-up, making sure that what you have influenced actually gets implemented. For any given situation, you may not need all six. Establishing the three proactive ingredients and the in-the-moment ingredients don't have to be 100% buttoned down. If you don't have the proactive ingredients in place, you will really have to excel in the moment. When trust is not established, a highly effective dialogue is needed to fill the void. The Cross-Functional Influence Playbook is designed to be a resource that you turn to over and over again, that you bookmark and highlight and cover with notes. The use of the word playbook is very intentional. This book is best used actively, not read from the comfort of your living room. The book is divided into 4 parts. Part 1, Learning to Influence, reads like a traditional business book. Divided into chapters based on the model described here, it gives you the what, the why, and the how around influence. Part 2 is where it really gets interesting, where you assess and analyze your current level of influence. This section is made up of worksheets that you can complete and share with others for feedback. Parts 1 and 2 are closely tied, with references to the worksheets throughout the text. Expect to flip back and forth quite a bit. Part 3, the Influence Planner, is all about planning for a specific influence opportunity. It takes all the concepts presented in Parts 1 and 2 and puts them into a template that you can complete as you prepare to influence your boss, your peers, stakeholders, whoever. 2 copies of the planner are included in this section, and you can make more to use over and over again. Part 4, the Influence Journal, provides space to track your progress, impact, and learning. And yes, there is an app for that. The app is Game Day, Apply Your Cross-Functional Influence, and it's available for iPhone and Android users. Game Day brings the tips and ideas in this book right to your smartphone. We've also developed a hands-on team-based learning simulation for the playbook. And as always, you can find out more about cross-functional influence on the Finerty Consulting website.